And as you guys know, we are your trusty review queens. Each episode, we both bring in a review from the internet that we think needs to be inspected. We read you the review, we break it down, and then once we think we've got a good handle on the impact of the review, we will seal the deal with a rating of 1 to 5 crowns. It's a very regal process that we call
Assess that kvetch.
Okay, but Chelsey, I don't speak Yiddish. What does that word kvetch mean?
Kvetch it means complain, like complaint.
Oh, so what we were literally just doing in the last segment. Cool. Got it. Continue.
Yes, it takes a kvetcher to know a kvetcher. So are you ready?
You know what, Chelsey? I'm ready.
All right, let me pull up my review.
Review that review.
Okay. Am I still balanced? All right. I am reading a review tonight from, or whatever time of day it is for you. I'm reading this review from TripAdvisor of Spa Castle, written by Kim Y. It is a 1-star review, and that's all you're going to hear for right now.
Wait, let me get my notepad ready. I want to be able to take notes.
Oh yeah. Take notes.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. On Friday night, August 23rd, 2019, when I was standing at the Spa Castle's entrance, the security staff stopped me and just reached into my bag behind me without my permission. Yep, he was grabbing me from behind saying, "Oh, what's this? What's that?" And then takes my bag and reaches in there without my authorization, which is a violation of his duty as a security officer. When he reached into my shopping bag and pulls out my water bottle and says, "You can't bring this in," I walked away to a distance in a corner and proceeded to drink the water. The poor professionalism came in when, while I was drinking the water bottle, the same security officer began hollering at me, screaming, "Yeah, yeah, drink that shit. Yeah, drink that shit." As he was bobbing his head up and down, and the clerk staffs continued giggling, staring, and laughing at me for drinking my water bottle in the corner instead of throwing it out. Consequently, the employees were extremely derogatory and unprofessional, and I can't help but report this incident to the manager before I exited the premises. What was surprising is that the manager did not seem to be aware of any employee misconduct at all, which led me to believe that the security staff's poor choice of words and immaturity at Spa Castle was considered acceptable towards customers. As a result of this matter, do not go here. Management needs to be corrected and improved. The pools are also not cleaned, and I found feces wiped all over the basin and shower head area. I nearly threw up thinking it was a similar representation of the clean hot springs in Japan. I've been to Japan too, and the quality was nowhere as close to being good as compared to Japan's, written in Japanese, hot springs. My take-home message here is not a great place to decompress.
Wow.
I got emotional there. I think I was near tears at one point, to be honest. I was really feeling Kim Y's enthusiasm here.
Well, first of all, my first impression here is like at first I was like, what? They were grabbing into the bag? That's so crazy. And then I was like, okay, so this is about being stopped for the water bottle, which I guess is a policy. You can't bring that inside, like getting on an airplane or something.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, P.S. the pool's dirty. And then she just they have to just say the word fecal matter or feces. Ew.
Oh my God. I mean, first of all, Kim Y if nothing else, has a lot of passion. I will give her that. I think that she is very, very passionate on this subject. And I also think that she has character dialogue in here, like the yeah, drink that shit. Like this took me on a journey. You know what
Did,
I mean?
did she spell out SHIT?
She didn't. A good question. She did put SH asterisk T every time she wrote shit. But she did write out feces. Just in
How
case you were wondering.
how old do you think Kim is?
Ooh, that's a good question. I feel like Kim's like in her late 20s, but she thinks she knows everything, you know? She's like one of those late 20s that's like, I've lived a life, you know?
Well, I think to me, like, what I keep thinking about is like, okay, I've personally never been to Spa Castle, but
Same.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, of course.
Um, like, is it like, is that a policy that you cannot bring outside water in?
I mean, I just went to a Korean spa this past weekend for my sister's birthday, and it is a policy. And my
Oh,
sister drank her water while we were online waiting to go in.
are there
And then,
signs that say like
yeah, there
no?
are signs. There's like no outside food, no outside water. They're going to be checking bags. So, like, I don't really think that this complaint by Kim White is, I mean, the feces is a bit disturbing, but like, let's just kind of dissect it piece by piece. So the water thing, even though she was saying it with such drama, I mean, look at the drama, like on Friday night, August 23rd, 2019. I mean, there's clearly a lot of drama. It's like it's almost like she's writing a police report, I bet you she did. I bet you she sent this into the police also. Because that's what it feels like. But yeah, the first part of it with the water, I feel like I'm not really caring that. I mean, I don't like that they were bullying her, it sounds like maybe.
Well, that's my question about her age because like I've never been to a Korean spa as of today. So like,
Mhm.
do you go through like security like you're going through like do you go through like a metal scanner? Or do they literally just like you slide your bag on the table and they like look to see if there's a water bottle?
Correct. I mean, I don't, again, like I've never been to Spa Castle, but yes, this weekend when I went to this Korean spa, yeah, you like checked in, gave all of your initial information, and then you walked over to like an area before you enter, and there's a security person there, and they're just the person that's looking in your bag to
Right.
be like, do you have food? Do you have, water? And they saw my sister's water bottle and they're like, oh, you have that? She's like, yeah, it's empty. And they were like, oh, no problem, because they have at this spa like a lot of water stations where you can fill up a water bottle. So the idea is you can bring a water bottle, it just has to be empty.
Well, that's how it is at the airport too, because David, my husband, always has a water bottle, and he can go through TSA with an empty water bottle.
Totally. So I think that the water issue is like, yeah, I mean, I think they were making fun of her because there's probably a plethora of water on the other side. Perhaps she could have, I don't know, watered a plant. I still don't think it's right that they bullied her. If she wants to drink the water, she should drink the water. But I do think that like it sounds like it's a policy, and Kim Y is just not willing to accept the policy.
That is absolutely occurring to me. And I was also wondering, like, with the age question, like, do you think that it's like, are there signs that are like, this is our policy? And then she was like trying to slip it in? Like, because the way Kim words this is that they like reach into their bag without like consent, but it's like you're going through security. Like, I guess I'm questioning.
Yeah, I mean, she says, I was standing at the spa castle entrance. The security staff stopped me, reached into my bag behind me without my permission. He was grabbing me from behind, saying, oh, what's this? What's that? And then takes my bag and reaches in there without my authorization, which is a violation. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know what the security lineup is. It sounds like you're right. Maybe there was like a security desk and she just assumed she could walk right by it. And the guy was like, whoa, 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 wait a minute. you have a water bottle. I need to check your bag.
That's what I think as well. Like, I'm wondering if Kim is trying to illustrate a victimness
Mm-hmm.
to like a policy of like you have to go through security before you enter. I mean, we'll never actually have a solution to that, but to me, I also agree that it seems like Kim is really attached to not liking something that's a policy.
Yeah, I definitely think good point. I think it's worthy of noting that this could be a policy that Kim Y doesn't agree with.
But if they were literally reaching into the bag without
It seems
acknowledge, like
shady.
that's
Yeah,
wrong.
like I don't want to, that's the thing too. Like I don't want to completely write off the experience because even if it is policy, obviously there's a million ways of doing things and the reach behind and all that seems a little bit shady. So I don't know. I'm questioning that part of it.
I want to just also say here that like my Karen dar is going off that this is a
With the
little
manager.
well, it's a little Karen-y, especially
Yeah.
being like, I spoke to the manager and the manager didn't think anything was wrong.
Yeah.
But then also like throwing in that the pool is dirty and throwing in that this is not as good as like pools and spas in Japan that they've actually been to. And like also the whole feces thing. It's like, wait, what are like, it's all like a side noise. Like you're upset that you were harassed. So then you're just throwing in a bunch of complaints at the end, which makes me think that I don't know that I don't know that I would trust this point of view.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, I think you're right. I think that they spent a lot of real estate talking about everything up until the point when they started talking. Like, I was honestly, based on the beginning of the review, I don't know if you were thinking this too, but as I was reading it, I was surprised
Mm-hmm.
that they actually went in because
Mm-hmm.
from the way that they made it sound, it was like I got to the security desk. It was such a horrendous experience. I was emotionally scarred. I immediately wrote this down and went to the police department and dropped it off. Like, it feels, you know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
they didn't really say at any point, I'm trying to look like quickly, um, that they went in, right? Like to me, it was like it felt like the order of events were like I came in, I was harassed, I drank my water, I was harassed some more. Like
Right.
I finally got through and I was like, I want to speak to the manager immediately. So to me, I'm like, I'm not even in the spot yet. I can't even go past this. I'm just like, I need to speak to a manager. And then I talked to the manager and the manager doesn't even care. And now I'm like even more disturbed because the manager doesn't care about the lack of security here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm saying because of all this, I wouldn't go here, which all that is like nothing to do with the spa itself. It's just the management, which they're saying the management needs to be improved. And then there's the last like 3 sentences, a little bit more than 3 sentences, is when they're like, the pools are not cleaned. And I found feces wiped all over the basin in the shower. And I nearly threw up thinking about it. And, like, I don't know.
Yeah. Also, I feel like the security people laughing about like, yeah, I think saying drink that shit isn't appropriate. But
Yeah.
I wonder if they were just trying to be like, yeah, drink it, haha. Like they're trying to be like,
Drink that
you're
shit. Go for it.
you're so annoying. Like you tried to sneak this in and like you can't. So drink it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think that
Yeah.
do you think there's any value or unique information from this review?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like the feces thing kind of threw me for a loop, and I would definitely call and say, just want to make sure that this isn't an issue and that the bathrooms will be very clean, especially during times of COVID. I
Oy.
mean, this was written in 2019. Um, but other than that, I agree. Not a lot. But I will say that, the spelling and grammar, it looks really strong. I mean, they even had a word written in Japanese characters with the hot springs definition in parentheses. So I know you can't see this review, but I
Yeah.
just,
I actually had a strong sense of that. I don't know why. Like just in your reciting of it, I could tell
like I wouldn't be surprised if Kim Y had an Ivy League degree. Like
yeah.
that's how well this is coming off. Not that I'm saying that, that makes this review truthful or valuable, but I'm just saying worthy of note since it is something we consider.
Well, on that note, do you think they're being shady, or do you think they're being honest? I question the honesty here. I don't know. It feels all a little bit colored. I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think my shady DARs going up definitely a bit. I don't like to say that I don't believe someone who says that they were attacked. You know, that's like a extreme language to use, but I'm definitely feeling like with a lot of the comments, I think this person's biased.
Mm-hmm.
And with that in mind, then is this a common experience? Do you think other people run into this problem a lot?
Well, if it's policy that you cannot bring outside beverage and food in, which maybe we are making up, maybe that's not policy for Spa Castle, but I mean, it's going to be common. You can't bring it in. And if you think that you are special and that you can, then, that's something wrong with you. um, I
I
don't,
agree. Should I look up the policy? I'm curious.
yeah. I mean, is it,
Let's keep discussing while I do this.
what about, humor? Do you think it was entertaining? I don't know. I mean, I was entertained by like the random dropping of the word feces, but like I was not like positively entertained. And it also just felt so like they're trying to just heap a bunch of negativity into the review because they're so upset. They want to like punish Spa Castle.
I agree, but I think if I'm trying to take all of my bias aside and just be the most like, was that like if I read this at a party, would people be entertained? I would say it's entertaining. Like she takes us on a journey for sure.
True.
You know, this could be an episode of SVU by the way that she writes it. So, like, I think that it was quite entertaining for me. This was pretty much a cold read, and I was quite entertained. And in that time, I also did find the food and drink policy for Spa Castle, and it clearly says no outside food or beverages are allowed inside. Guests must discard or finish any food or beverage prior to entering the facility. Spa Castle will not store any food or beverages, no exceptions.
All right.
So,
So that's kind of what I was
yeah,
suspecting.
I just wanted to do our due diligence, just to make sure we weren't
Well, wait.
judging Kim
Well,
Y.
let me ask my absolute favorite question.
Yeah.
If you were Kim Y's grandmother, would you hang this review on the fridge? Do you think that like you're empathizing with Kim? What do you think? What's the impact?
Ooh. It's like I want to say it would hang it on my fridge just because the like grammars and the just it looks like a beautiful document. Just the way I didn't even know some of these commas were appropriate, but they were. We have quotation marks. It looks good, but would I be proud of Kim Y for this review? Probably not.
Yeah, no. I don't think it's definitely not a deal breaker to me.
Yeah.
And no, I don't empathize.
Yeah, I wouldn't not go to Spa Castle. I mean, I would maybe call about the fecal matter, but I wouldn't not go based on this review completely. All right. Do we think that we're ready to crown it?
I think I'm ready.
All right.
Okay, so Chelsey and I each have our own set of 1 to 5 crown cards. So, in an effort to be fair with our rating and in order to not be influenced by one another, we will simultaneously reveal our rating.
Goodness.
The queens are tabulating.
All right, Chelsey, are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Total score.
Wow.
So I am holding up my 1 crown card.
And I give it 3 crowns.
Okay, explain your 3 crowns, honey.
Okay. I know I was really stuck between 2 and 3. I wasn't considering 1 personally, just because I felt like it was well written. It did take us on a journey. There was a narrative, there was an emotional attachment. This was did feel like a real person, not a bot to me. How else could I defend myself? My goodness. I was entertained by Kim Y. I did think it was like kind of funny. And that's it. That's why I gave her 3 stars. Everything else I deducted. Oh, sorry, 3 crowns. Everything else I deducted because I don't believe her, but it was entertaining.
And for me, giving it 1 crown, I just felt like I don't know. If you're going to an establishment that has a strict policy, you have to honor the policy. And if your bag was behind you, then you were maybe trying to sneak it in, which is like not adhering to what the policy is. So like, and then I just felt like Kim was angry and wanted to get even. So they spoke to the manager, they went and left a negative review, and then they just threw in that there was feces in order to like really have a negative impact. So 1 crown, Kim.
All right. I buy that. Maybe I should have gone with 2.
No. Your score is great.
Thank you. Thank you for making me feel confident. That was a lot though. I did get emotional when I was reading that.
I know. Because, I'm like steamed up.
I'm steamed up too. I think that I need a little bit of like a palate cleanse.
Okay, yeah, me too. So let's take a quick break. And then when we come back, we can play with Meryl Streep before we go into my review.
Okay, I love it. BRB.
BRB.
Hold your crown. We'll be right back.